Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to day 24. I'm actually literally just finished day 24. I really should call it day 25, which is usually how I do it, but whatever. 24 days completed, and I wanted to give you a quick update. First of all, thank you again for your incredible support. I just realized really how much my fasting journey has actually spread, and it's been really nice to hear that I'm impacting people's lives, getting them to even change their diet, getting people to even have more water, getting people to do a lot of little stuff that they probably have felt they needed to do, but it's that little bit of pushing them over the edge in a good way or pushing them more towards where they want to go. So thank you for your support. I'll tell you a funny story. I was at the gym yesterday, and Donna, if you're watching this, great to see you. I don't know your daughter's name, but please tell her I send my love and I appreciate her support. I'm at the gym, and wonderful woman who owns the gym or co-owns the gym, whatever that business side of it is, comes up to me and she goes, John, I asked him about my fast and all this. And I have never spoken to Donna about my fast. And she said her daughter had seen it, her daughter was helping with the business, whatever, and that, they were kind of inspired and kind of watching and supporting my fast. And I just thought that was so beautiful. It shows me and it reminds me how much more people know what's happening and how much more of an impact we have than we realize. So I am now officially in day 25. So when you see this perhaps tomorrow, if it's after the fact, it's going to show up as possibly day 26. That's why I do it. I usually do the day a minute, but literally at 5 p.m., which is when I started this, I crossed into day 25. But whatever, it is what it is. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter to me. So earlier, I had tried to do this live, and I was actually at a beautiful establishment in St. Anne's in Trinidad, having a cigar, and I was trying to show people a couple things. One, there's a point that you can get to over time, and again, I always say it's a marathon, not a sprint, that in your fasting journey, you can actually live a normal life. And you don't have to sleep all day, you don't have to feel awful all day, and I'll be honest with you, that's been my experience probably 80 to 90% of the time I've done fasting, and I've probably done a total, if I were to really estimate, maybe 150 days in the past 3 years to 200, maybe closer to 200 now. No, I'm over 200 now if I include this fast. But I was about 150 days from 2020 to the end of 2022, just ballpark. But I bring it up because the initial voyage wasn't very fun. It was what people typically talk about, being exhausted, feeling like crap, just a not very fun experience. And here, trying to point to it, it's kind of everything's backward on camera. This is me on day one, and this is obviously me now. And I didn't do a good job, and then I didn't take, a lot of times I'll take very, very, very close picture shots of my face and any major scarring. But most of my major scars have gone away. I've been very lucky in that regard. They slowly get eaten away when your body goes through long fasting and something called autophagy. So when I was on that live earlier that failed, and this is the retry, I was having a cigar. When I was having the cigar, I was making the note that, because I've had a cigar, and it's actually even the same fast already, like 3 or 4 days in. And when I did that, the experience that I had the next morning was a pretty darn high fever for a lot of that day. And I bring that up because during a fast, one of the main challenges with fasting is this detox process, which feels like you are incredibly sick. And I truly feel, I may be wrong, but I'll just tell you my perspective. I truly feel that what people commonly call the flu, I actually think is just a strong detox reaction, because everything that I experience, fever, diarrhea, vomiting, being stinky, you know how you're stinky when you're sick, all these things I've had when fasting, to the degree you actually smell sick, if you know the smell sick smell. I say this I don't have this now, but I still get the fevers, and I get the fevers when I'm detoxing, so my skin will stink. It's usually very short lasting, but it does stink. And I'm always very happy when that happens because I'm always trying to go deeper and deeper with these fasts to clean up more stuff. But the cigar comes out, because you don't inhale cigars if you don't know. You just kind of stick it so it goes maybe the very, very, very inch maybe in your throat, and then just kind of within the insides of your mouth. So my breath is kind of like stinky right now, smells like a cigar. And what happens is it gets absorbed, and then it comes out the pores of my skin tonight and tomorrow morning. So tomorrow morning when I shower, I'll shower off the majority of that cigar smell off. I say this because the majority of the time when you do fasting, you will stink, and it's very unpleasant. And if I tried to, the reason I was out and smoking and showing that was to kind of give encouragement that there is an end in sight. There is a time when it becomes easier, when it's not this just awful experience, and to be patient and to do it smartly. Please watch my first video 104, 140, because I really go into my encouragement. It's not advice. I'm not a doctor. I'm not trying to give medical advice. Please see a medical professional if you're going to do fasting. What it is just my perspective on what I've learned through my experience. Take it or leave it, whether or not you value someone who's done it or not. But fasting, if you do it right, can be far less painful, far less of an awful experience. The primary thing is really your diet that you're normally eating, because what happens is as you eat, people eat a very processed, unhealthy. The oils they eat are vegetable oils, and if you know anything about veggie oils, they're terrible for you. Like canola oil, there's no canola plant. That's a highly processed, highly heated rapeseed, I think it's called, that they get this canola oil from. The point is, people eat a lot of very unhealthy food, not realizing how unhealthy it is, being told eat this stuff because it's low in saturated fat. And just point is there's a lot of issues with the way the humans eat nowadays. So if you eat cleaner, and all you got to think is just fill your plate with more veggies and more fruit. And if you're eating fruit, try not to have it with anything else. Have it before you eat. Wait 20, 30 minutes and then eat your regular food, just because it digests very quickly. And your body doesn't have to try very hard to digest it, and it'll be further along in your digestion. It's just, there's something called food combining, which maybe I could go into one of these videos, but I'm not really doing this to teach you how to eat. All I'm saying is if you eat cleaner, just think veggies and fruit, you will, and more water and less juices, less soda and all that, your body will feel better when you fast because you're actually doing a detox while you're doing a normal meal your normal life. And even people who do large amounts of fruits and veggies in the normal life will experience detox reactions as a result. And people famously, when they do these juice fasts and all that, juice fast is not really a true fast. It's a low fiber, high sugar few weeks. So I'm not a huge fan of juice fasting particularly. I'm okay with people who use a green drink in the morning without any sweetener added, meaning even if it's fruit, but because it's very mineral nutritionally dense. But as a long-term thing, there's a real benefit to having fiber and washing things out through your colon. But anyway, my encouragement would be eat cleaner between fasts. So don't do fasts unless you're eating not super clean, but on the path to eating cleaner. Make that your focus first. Get out of processed foods. I was actually talking to someone the other day. Start by taking one thing out. So if you drink, let's say, soda, take soda out. I don't mean soda water. You can have soda water, but not like Pepsi, diet, or sweetened. Don't have that. Pull that out. Pull out fruit juices. I mean, a naturally squeezed thing, that's fine, but most fruit juices are basically a sugar load, overloads your system, very unhealthy. It's better to eat the fruit whole with the pulp. the fiber helps to mitigate the sugar spike your body goes through. So anyway, with that, it's 10 minutes. It's Friday. I hope you have an amazing weekend. I do appreciate your support again. You can live a normal life if you're patient. Don't race. Take your time. Do a million, literally 30, 2-3 day fast before you go longer. You just don't need to do that. Once you go beyond 4 or 5 days, it has a chance of health risks and all that. So don't make it awful. Like, start slow. Take your time. Read some books on it. Dave Asprey has a good book on it. Dr. Fung, Jason Fung has a bunch of books on it. So do your research. Talk to people who've actually helped people with this before. There's a lot of people who've been taught stuff but don't have any real life experience. Experience does help, it really does. There's a lot of people who quote books but don't, by like medical books and all that kind of stuff, but have no real experience or work with people on a real life experience basis. So I'm just a fan of people who actually have walked the walk, not people who just read the walk, if that makes sense. All right, so with that, I love you. I appreciate you. Have an incredible weekend. I should pop in once or twice, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.